You said you don't believe in Prophet Muhammad because he doesn't guide towards salvation, right?
Yeah. Yes.
You said Prophet Muhammad killed people. Can you give me a reference to that?
So, in Quran chapter 9:29, he said, fight those who believe.
He didn't say kill those.
Fight those. Fight those who believe not in Allah. Okay, then in Quran chapter 47 verse, Surah Al-Muhammad, ayah 4. Therefore, when you meet the unbelievers, smite at their necks. That's the command he issued. And in the Sahih
Quran chapter
47 verse 4, when you meet the unbelievers, the kafirs, smite at their necks. That's what almost all the jihadists, the ISIS, the way they kill their captives or the way they kill their victims, through they cut their throats and they will shout Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. For this is exactly what the Prophet said they should do when they catch the kafirs or the unbelievers. And in the Bukhari hadith that we just read, Muhammad said, I have been ordered by Allah to fight the people until they testify La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. So I'm not making anything. It's just something that is in the Quran. And this idea of blaming the Western world that they are the one behind all this jihadist groups, I don't think you are being fair to them, because this thing has been there since Islam started. This jihad, so are you trying to say that the Battle of Badr, Uhud Trench, the Battle of Hudaybiyah, all those, the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, all those battles, the Battle of the battle that he had with his patients and other, all those ones were instigated by the
Quran says that
by the Americans.
فَإِذَا لَكِيتُمُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا فَضَرْبَ الرِّكَابِ حَتَّى إِذَا أَثْخَنْتُمُوهُمْ فَشُدُّوا الْوَثَاقَ وَإِمَّا مَنًّا بَعْدُ وَإِمَّا فِدَاءً حَتَّى تَضَعَ الْحَرْبُ أَوْزَارَهَا. He says that, therefore, when you meet the disbelievers, smite in their neck in fight at length, when you have thoroughly subdued them, bind a bond family on them. Therefore, in the time for either generosity or ransom, until the war lays down its burdens. So this is a war. The verse is talking about a war. You are in a war. And then you are guided on how to approach the war. So in a battlefield, you are told that when you meet your enemies, spike them or hit them in their neck. And you are saying
cut their throats. That's another way of saying
okay, cut their throats. If you are in a war and somebody is aiming to kill you, and you are told that if somebody is about to kill you in a war, you should also kill them in return. And you are saying that this one is telling people to do the wrong thing. For instance, now there is a war between Israel and let's say Lebanon or Gaza or let's say Iran, and they bomb them and kill their students, and then for instance Iran is also bombing them, or they have been commanded by Allah that if such an occurrence happen or you are in a battlefield, this is how you should approach the war. And you said this verse has been isolated to mean that Muslims have been commanded that anywhere you see a disbeliever, just go and kill them. Are you being fair to the Quran?
When you are uppermost, so you see, first of all, in the hadith, he said that's the mission. You see, all this word that you are talking about, that
you are not being fair to the Quran when you use this verse, but you not conclude by reading the entire verse.
No.
You understand? I read Quran chapter. I read Quran chapter 60, verse 9 and what do you call 8 and 9 to you, when the Quran says that if the person is not hurting you, harming you, or sacking you from your own apartment. Let's say you have your own building. Somebody came and he's just driving you out of the community or driving you from your home. You don't have to fight that person. But when the person is inflicting pains and anger upon you, and you have the ability to defend yourself, defend yourself. And you are using this as a yardstick for those who are doing the wrong things and blaming it that Prophet Muhammad was the one who...
all these verses that I quoted, these are not defensive passages. These are passages that Prophet is giving to people, to the Muslims, to go and attack people who have not attacked them.
Are you sure?
Say, fight those who believe not in Allah, nor the last day, nor hold that forbidden which have been forbidden by Allah and His Messenger.
What is the meaning of fight here? What is the meaning of fight?
Fight.
What is the meaning of fight?
Qatilu. Fight.
What is the meaning of fight? The Qatilu you read. What is the meaning of Qatilu?
But fight is fight.
No. when people were fighting for independence, did they mean that they were killing people?
No. Say fight those who do not believe in Allah. Not fight those who fight you. Fight those who believe in who do
And
not
I'm
believe in
saying
Allah.
that you are using the word fight. And I'm saying that when people are fighting for independence, do they kill?
No, the context of the passage that we are reading doesn't support the explanation that you are giving.
So when the passage is being used as fight those who do not believe in Allah,
not those who, not fight those who attack you. No, fight those who.
And I'm saying
you are fighting them because of their belief.
you are not getting the word here. There is difference between fight and kill. You understand? Fight can mean anything.
But in the verse that we just quoted here, when you meet the unbelievers, smite at their neck. You said that happened in fighting.
That one.
So in the process,
he didn't say fight. It was in a battlefield. So he didn't say fight. He says fadur barqab.
So in battlefield, you kill or you don't kill.
In battlefield, you kill.
So fight those who believe not in Allah. That is also battle.
No.
Not like the person after
That's not. It's not a personal attack fight that you are trying to explain.
No.
The word fight has been used in so many scenarios, depending on the context within which the word fight will be used. There are people who says we are freedom fighters. There are people who says we are fighting for independence. There are people who say we are fighting for the exchange rate or whatever. Fight has been a word that has been used so many ways. So for instance, right now I'm trying to fight you to understand Islam, but I'm not asked to kill you.
I know you are trying to use the word, you are trying to give a metaphorical interpretation to this verse. That's what the Ahmadiyas are doing, that you accuse them. Because the Ahmadiyas will also try to metaphorize most of the verses in the Quran, which you the Sunni Muslims, don't agree. Okay, so because
you use words like ransom. Let me come here. You use the word like ransom. Jesus came and he died. In our forefathers too, we used to say that moja na yana nanam shegu hode they sacrificed their blood to save Ghana for us. That does not that word is a metaphorical word, but
okay. So you see,
using the word metaphorically in your statement is doable. But when Quran uses a particular word metaphorically, you want to take it straight away.
I'm saying that the context of the hadith, the context of this verse, we have the context in the hadith. For example, in Ibn Sa'id, Kitab al-Tabakat al-Khabil, volume 1, page 339, the apostle of Allah sent Khalid ibn al-Walid with 400 Muslims to Bani al-Harith. These were people who have not attacked the Muslims. They were there in their community. He ordered him to invite them to Islam 3 times before fighting. Why? What those people, those Banu Harith people, what did they do to the Muslims? You just send them 400 soldiers, go, when you go, invite them to Islam. When they don't accept, then you fight them. That's what we are doing. This is the offensive. Fight because they are not Muslims. Fight those who do
the
not
narration said when they don't accept, fight them.
He said invite them to Islam 3 times before fighting. And invite them to Islam 3 times before fighting.
So
and
they will first come to you.
Yes.
Ask you to come join them.
Yes.
So if you reject their request for 3 times,
that's exactly what Boko Haram is doing in northern Nigeria. They write a letter to a whole city. They write a letter to a whole city in Nigeria, one of the communities there, that they should allow them to they should convert to Islam. They have now done on audio warning all Christians in West Africa that they should they should convert to Islam.
Are you aware that in Yemen, when Christians came from Yemen, that time it was a Christian community, they came to debate Prophet Muhammad on the deity or the sonhood of Jesus Christ. After the debate, even though the Christians and there was no conclusion on who won or who lost, but Prophet Muhammad didn't kill them. Even when they wanted to observe their prayers in the mosque, and some of the companions wanted to harm them, Prophet Muhammad warned them to stop and allowed them to observe their church service inside his mosque.
You see, if you get my argument, I'm not in any way suggesting that you my dear Muslim here, you were a terrorist. No. I'm actually presenting what the religion teaches.
And I'm saying that those who misunderstand it, those who misunderstand and misinterpret it, uses these words. For instance, the word "use fight" in which context? The person didn't study the context. He just picked it from the facial level and started acting upon it. There are so many Bible verses that people have taken it just like that, and they are misusing their interpretation. And you sometimes you even speak against some of them. Am I right?
Yeah.
And so if somebody has picked a particular verse of the Quran and the person is misinterpreting it and acting upon it. And that is why I said in the beginning that you have about 2 billion Muslims on the planet, but you have less than 1% of them you acting in this way, and you use that small less than 1% to judge the entire Muslim and say that that is what the religion actually teaches. Those who are peacemakers, those who are lawyers, those who are doctors saving lives, those who are moving up teaching the right from wrong, those who are accepting Muslims and tolerating them, why don't you use them rather to judge the Muslim by using the few negative ones? If so, you could have also used the few Christians who are also misbehaving and using them to judge the entire Christianity, which is false.
You see, the difference here is that we are talking about history. We are not just cherry picking verses of the Quran and making our own conclusion. When you go into history, how did Islam spread? I'm giving you cases from the hadiths, from their books, of the Prophet ordering people to do this. Throughout the history, how North Africa became, how did North Africa become an Islamic country? Before Islam, those places were Christian lands. Asia Minor.
How did that places also became Christian lands?
Through evangelization.
Who said so?
Through evangelization. Asia Minor, Paul, first missionary, then second missionary, third missionary.
So what is the meaning of I've forgotten this.
through evangelization. The old Ghana Empire was conquered by Muslims. The old Ghana Empire was conquered by Muslims. I'm not saying every Muslim is but one thing we have noticed is that any community where Muslims are, when they are in minority, they appear peaceful. They appear so peaceful because they are in minority. They are not in the uppermost. Like you talk about the Arab countries. The Arab countries, the Christians there are there as second-class citizens. Yeah. You cannot openly do crusade like the way Muslims can just set up a studio here and start preaching. No, you dare not. There was a time a Ghanaian sent Bible to Libya and he was arrested. It took the then vice president, the current president Mahama, to intervene on his behalf. So Saudi Arabia, all those countries, even when you leave Islam, it is punishable by death.
What is crusade?
Crusade was a war that was waged in around 1095 by a certain Christian group to reclaim the Holy Land from the Muslims.
Okay.
Or they thought the Muslims have taken those Holy Lands. Because Islam was in Arabia. Started in Arabia. But Palestine, the land where there were no Arabs, that places, Jews and Christians were there, Asia Minor, all those lands, North Africa. Now, there was jihad, Caliph Umar, the covenant of Umar, they conquered all those lands. So certain Christians stood up and said, no, we cannot even visit those holy lands where Jesus came, so now let's go and fight the Muslims. And that's what brought so what instigated the crusade was the atrocity that was unleashed by the Muslims on Jews and Christians in those days. I'm not in any way defending what they did, because Jesus in the New Testament condemned fighting. Jesus in John 18:36 said, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom is of this world, my servant would fight. That verse that he quoted from Luke 19. Verse 20, where Jesus said, bring those enemies.
We'll come on that one.
Bring those enemies before me.
We'll come on that one.
And I will.
So